Welcome back to the Play vs. Full 2020 High School Championship. My name's TJ and I was explicitly told to come at this with a lot of energy, so I'm greeting you like it's the beginning of a nature documentary. I've been joined today by Matt Niberia Clendaniel. How are you doing?
Doing good. I'm in my natural habitat. I feel like I'm getting to observe some esports players. The hierarchy of esports is very complicated. It'll be interesting as we see these players adapt and evolve to new environments.
Narrating nature documentaries.
Yeah, I would. I think I could do it.
Although, to be fair, I think they give you a script. I don't think you have to just generate that.
That'd be really funny though. If David Attenborough's just coming off that all the time, it's like whales are big.
Well, David Attenborough is actually a scientist. He understands all that stuff.
Oh.
As you could tell, I am not. So let's get off of this topic and on to something I do understand. Let's talk about League of Legends. We're headed to the Texas Regional Final. It's going to be a best-of-3 series between two 5-man teams here on Summoner's Rift. It is our second-to-last league. We have one more after this. It is going to be the Mountain Region. But our second-to-last of our 29 state and regional leagues. We're taking things on between Colleyville Heritage High School. You can tell me if you think I got that right once the thing's up. And Allen High School.
Colleyville, TJ.
Colleyville?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm excited because I didn't know Texas was a region. I thought it was a state. Because we already had a Texas state final. So now we've got our Texas region final.
That is an understandable mistake, and what's happened is you've never been to Texas. It is, in fact, a region and a state.
I've been once, TJ. It was 109 degrees.
Oh, you actually went to real Texas?
Mm-hmm. It was hot. My mom was looking at a job at Dell, and it was 109 degrees. I almost burned to death in the office.
That's because
the
action's heating up here on the Rift as we get into things. It's going to be an Ord, an Olaf, an Aatrox, and an Akali banned out in the first phase.
It's a lot of energy, TJ. It's just the draft. Calm down. Save it for the game.
We got a Poppy ban as well. Woo!
Woo! Poppy! Spirit Ball!
No, Poppy's getting banned, so.
Oh. That's less fun. I'm not excited about that anymore.
Guess what else is banned, Matt?
What's that, TJ?
Pike.
Oh, I thought you were going to have a bit. Or something to say. No, just Pike.
Callista first pick. Actually, genuinely psyched about that. Because the Callista is, I think, one of the most powerful AD carries that isn't seeing a lot of play right now. I would put her very, very high up on my own personal tier list. Also high up on my own personal tier list is Kai'Sa. I think they're both very, very good AD carries right now, and Nunu is quite possibly the second best jungler. I'd put him near there.
Yeah, he's up there. Definitely, I think Kayn takes priority over that. Who hasn't been banned or picked yet, which is wild. Gonna go through first rotation without a Kayn.
We gotta get Nunu. The thing Kayn is he isn't a tank. So if a team is drafting Nunu, that probably means the rest of the team is going to be relatively lightweight.
Mm-hmm.
We do get a Callista Taric over there on the Allen High School side. They have a Jax presumably in the top side. And we get a Vel'Koz, I'm going to assume mid, that could feasibly be support, but I'm going to assume mid.
So TJ, on a bet for a lark, how would you pronounce this mid laner's name for Allen High?
Woo-did-did-good.
Yeah, it's about where I'd put it too. All right, it's decided. Shoutouts to Woo-did-did-good.
No, you gotta go woo-did-did-good.
Woo-did-did-good.
Yeah, now do it fast.
Right. Woo-did-did-good.
Yeah.
You make a beat out of
that is
make a
Shibo Wang, whose name I may be mispronouncing. So we apologize.
It's a cool name.
It will be an Alistair in the support role for Colleyville Heritage. Got that one right second time.
There you go. I was interested to see not Nautilus come in with the Kai'Sa because that is definitely the marquee combo, and then I realized Nautilus is banned. TJ, So
Also, Nautilus isn't that exciting. I don't think Nautilus is that good right now. I don't know if I think Alistair is better. Because you want to know something wild? Leona wasn't banned or picked this cycle.
yeah, I guess maybe you figure you can't full all in on the Callista Taric because they have the Cosmic Radiance and the Fate's Call later on.
Right. You want to know who you should draft if you want a passive tank in lane?
Who's that?
Rel. That's my personal opinion.
Ooh.
I think
We haven't
Rel's
seen
a
any
really
Rel.
good passive tank. No, well, yeah, we did. Maybe that was with the Matt Cubby Samuelson, though. So,
Sorry, I got more
a Rel
depressed
game.
when you said I missed Rel, so the lumens of my camera just dropped.
Oh, lumens. A scientific measurement of light. We're going to head into game. It is time for game number 1 between Allen High School and, help I blanked, Colleyville Heritage High School.
Come on!
I started that sentence and I was like, I do not remember the name of the second team. And then I was like, I'm sure I'll remember. And I didn't.
Oh my god. You should, because Colleyville Heritage High School, the Panthers, we're calling them the Panthers. We're able to find a really good level 1. Uchiha Ning. Oh, that is a very anime name. That is, someone has watched Naruto. And not TJ, who doesn't know.
No. I have no perspective on
He doesn't have
anime.
the
If I sound
Sharingan.
like I'm underneath my desk, I was, because my dog sat on my headphone wire. Please continue.
My dog said that too. It's kind of the worst, because they don't know what wires are. They just kind of sit on them for fun. Interesting looking at the bot lane, Potato Blaster 2. What a great name.
That's a very anime name.
It is.
Definitely watch some Naruto.
My name's Potato Blaster Uchiha. You killed my family.
You'll never defeat me. That's what I assume anime sounds like.
We don't watch a lot of anime. It's okay. Potato Blaster has gone for Exhaust instead of Ignite, and we're seeing that pay off already, just going for so much aggression early on. The Rend knocked forward, not able to find the kill. First Blood goes over to the side of Colleyville Heritage. The Panthers picking up an early one.
Beans on top of Potato as the first kill comes through off the back of an excellent headbutt combo. Beans and potato are the staples of the English diet, so I'm very familiar.
Good.
What a great top laner name!
Egg.
It's so
Fun fact,
good.
that's what I say in the mirror every morning after I shave. Just gonna leave that there for you to process, DJ. You seem to be having a little bit of difficulty with it.
I'm delighting in it. That should be your caster name. Instead of Niberia, you should just be Egg.
Oh, egg. Maybe I'll change it. I think what's worth noting here in the bottom lane is that was like a really good all-in from the side of Allen High, but the Eagles, as it were, weren't able to accomplish it, and that was off of Dab Beans. Sorry, the light to the right of me is making it difficult to read the names. But shoutouts to Dab Beans for having a great disengage.
Dab Beans actually headbutting Potato underneath the toes. Underneath the turret. I'm hungry. I was thinking of beans and toast and potatoes.
That's great.
The mind works in strange ways.
Oh my god, they have Haha Egg versus Potato Blaster.
They do.
Food Wars.
Also, beans.
Oh, yeah. It's a good team name.
Are you not excited for beans?
I don't know. I'm not a big Beans fan, TJ.
What?
Yeah, they're just like fine. They're good in like burritos and stuff. But
You have not had good beans.
clearly,
Mara will kick things off, trying to stop the Raptors from getting stolen away. Emphasis on the trying. Now trying to avenge the Raptors, and does so successfully. Mid-Emperor actually gets the kill. And that opens up the Drake. I think it's very reasonable to expect Allen High to get the Drake.
Oh!
A flash dazzle! Headbutt will deny the further engage, but you can see the full chase down from Aura. That is going to be a Neo TL dying underneath the turret. A disaster for the Panthers.
Aura and Mid Emperor are kind of playing out of their minds right now. I will say that much right now. They do not have a Drake to transition to right now, so slightly unfortunate timing for that, but really dominant early game coming in from them. I think now is a good time to note for the audience, TJ. We had these recorded slightly earlier, and there was an issue with the items, so we will not be seeing them today. Say goodbye to the scoreboard. We're going to be figuring things out a cappella by our heads.
What?
That's right, TJ. Gonna make you harmonize.
I don't understand how a cappella translates, but sure.
I think it
First
literally
Drake.
means from the head.
Really?
Yeah.
You would know.
'Cause Capo is head in Italian. So, yeah, Drake going over to Allen High after that fantastic early play. So I'm assuming Aura is going to be coming out ahead here. Suspecting this will be a Trinity Force. I don't know what else Jax can build nowadays, but I've been wrong so many times about Mythics, about everyone other than bot lane. He's like, bot lane, I know what Mythics people go. Other lanes, it kind of 50-50.
I'm making a new account that only plays Jax and is called Haha Lamp.
I think that's a great name. I think you should absolutely register that name right now before the game ends so someone can't take it from you.
On the actual map, the things that we were paying attention to during the draft, I think, are where we should focus. This Vel'Koz in mid. How well does it do against a Silas? And then down bottom, can Potato Blaster and Agito Love get out ahead?
Yeah, that is a rough name to pronounce. I'm going to head to the sheet of knowledge, try and find their name so that I can...
Alexander.
I'm
Alvarez.
going to call them Alexander because I don't know if they go by Alex. And you know what? It's important to call people what they like to be called.
Jane Rule did show up yet again down here in the bottom lane, trying to make something happen on that Nunu. So far, nothing much has come of it. If that Nunu does get out ahead, it can be a really terrifying opponent to lane against, but we haven't seen him. I also feel like we didn't acknowledge that the Pantheon here is top Pantheon, which is maybe the first time I've seen top Pantheon in months.
Yeah, so they gave Pantheon
Oh, the sidesteps!
Very clean. He's still
His feet
dead.
are so fast, and there is the Death Ray. An easy shutdown in the mid lane.
So that's kind of what Pantheon does now. There was a little mini rework that Riot gave him when they wanted to move his stats more towards the top lane positions. They gave him a little bit more AD, a little bit more base damage, or less base damage rather. And they wanted to focus on him being that roaming lane bully top laner. And we're seeing the benefits of that as Egg roams into the mid lane to pick up a kill.
Double stun from Aura buys time. We are bound just now to Angelov. So you could have seen a dazzle for the engage there. But fun fact, you do not in fact see the dazzle for the engage there. And as a result, the Panthers will get away scot-free.
I think that's a pretty good gank coming out from Aura, who's been having a really good early game so far. Been able to find a few key pickups. I remember the kill on Yodi in the bottom lane, just a full dive under tower with the Counter-Strike flash. And I think this is probably the best Jax jungle I've ever seen, and I've seen Bengi play it. That's not praise for Bengi, but I think Jax jungle usually suffers from the problem of, okay, now what? You don't really have a great objective control as Jax. You have decent dueling, and in the later stages of the game, he tends to just be a stun bot. But we're seeing in the early game, Aura is getting out ahead, finding kills, finding engages, even counter-jungling the Nunu, which is very difficult to do.
Jane Rule, speaking of counter jungle, will go down to Aura and up top. Egg goes down and trade. So 1-1 trade. Down bottom, you're going to see the Faith call for the full engage. And actually, Neotil very low on HP. The Rend will secure it. Dabin should go down. The Dazzle secures it. There's no way out. Allen High School finding the necessary kills down bottom to answer for what they've lost up top and then some. I also want to raise Matt. Oh, sorry. We interrupt this broadcast for some trees. I also want to raise, Matt, Aura on this Jax. You maybe haven't been experiencing it, but high yellow Jax right now, very, very hot in the jungle.
Yeah, I think Jax has been coming in and out of the jungle pool for a long time. My problem has always been I've never felt the strength of it, even when I'm watching pro games.
It's real bad. It's real scary right now.
Yeah. Cosmic Radiance. Neody's low.
Vulnerability, and during that time, there will be at least one kill passed over. I don't imagine more than that will happen, though. Potatoes goes down, as does Agilove, as they fly a little too close to the sun.
Icarus wants his wings back, but he's not getting a return on that investment. All those poor plucked birds. Featherless.
Oh, dear. Oh,
really
he life steals!
Good Kingslayer. Flash is over.
Deny.
Yeah, Mid-Emperor may be able to find the ultimate, though. Kingslayer giving him a little bit more health. Ooh, that's a lot of poke coming out. Comet going to be enough. And the follow-up there. Solus Glint doing pretty well in this mid lane. I was expecting the Vel'Koz to suffer a little bit. We haven't really touched on it, but I really expected that matchup to be incredibly bad for the Vel'Koz because he's this super immobile carry. Oh boy. Aura, meanwhile, proving my point. Flash stuns, able to find the kill with the Rend. Stun comes out from the Dazzle. Here comes the Killer Instinct in from the backline. Neody putting out so much damage. And a beautiful, beautiful ultimate there from Jane Rule. Cleans up the fight. The absolute zero was ridiculous. But look at that Renekton. So big. Jane Rule, last one standing. The double kill is all that Uchiha Ning will be able to find.
Get it off my screen. I don't want to look anymore. A 2,000 gold lead at the end of all of that. And indeed, several more kills over to Allen High School as the mid lane fight goes towards them. The Eagles. That's your update. Their mascot's the Eagles.
Good work, TJ. We're seeing some mythics come out. Nunu and Willump, of course, picking up the Sunfire Aegis. Not surprising there. Jianing, I haven't been tracking Renekton builds much, but Gore Drinker makes the most sense. So I'm glad to see that I'm at least on the money for that. So that'll be able to really amp up that Renekton, who has already been having the game of their life, worth pointing out. But being able to then dive into those fights and heal from it is going to be great. Mid-Emperor's in a lot of trouble.
Stunned up, will be fully ticked by the Kaiser marks. Still goes back in, pops the Killer Instinct, stolen.
Ugh.
But will go down. There's the Dazzle in the top side. Haha, Eng in trouble. Will just be destroyed by that Rend.
Beautiful
At the
counter.
Of this, that I thought Callista was undervalued right now. Case in point.
Aura as well, while all that was going on top line, was able to find a 1v3 kill. That's ridiculous. This Jax is ridiculous. Picking up the Trinity Force as well. So most people are getting to their mythics right now, and I'm wondering what Potato Blaster is going to go. I'm suspecting Shield Buff, because I don't think anything else makes a whole ton of sense, but maybe Gale Force if you want to get real spicy. But you already have dashes galore in your kit, so highly doubt it.
Potato will be stealing away Raptors as well. It's not gonna. I wish we could see the CS numbers because Potato is almost certainly destroying lane right now. They must have so much gold.
So much gold. We've seen them get 3 or 4 kills already and die only, I think, once. So
Rift Herald.
Rift Herald as well should get even more advantage. 320 gold. That was the 2 plates going over to Aura. Not quite going to be able to take the tower, but they do have pressure on the side lanes. Already 1 tower down. They did get first brick earlier on. So this is starting to look really rough for the Panthers. It's only 13 minutes in, but there's a 3k gold lead heading out for Allen High School Eagles. And they
start to look real good for the Eagles. Caca!
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Is that what they say?
I don't know. I think that's a good slogan as any, right?
Sure.
You know what? We're looking it up. Allen High School, I hope your slogan's on your website.
Drum roll. I can't actually do a drum roll sound. I would have to bang on my desk, and I don't want to do that.
Our school.
Uh-huh.
About Us, maybe?
How's their website look?
Pretty professional. Like, it's...
For like school websites, because school websites are usually pretty rough.
School websites are notoriously awful. This one looks like it was designed in like 2011. It has that kind of aesthetic, but it is incredibly well designed in the fact that I can actually navigate it.
Shout out to Allen High School.
Yeah.
So can you find like About Us or Life on Campus or anything like that?
I found the About Us, the fight song. I found the fight song.
Okay.
Alan Eagles, fight with spirit, waving blue and white, courage, strength, and perseverance, we will win the fight. Fight, fight,
That's
fight.
so good!
Yeah!
What?
They even got 2 verses for it? Shoutouts to Alan.
Shoutouts to Alan.
Not the high school, it's just some dude.
Do you know who Allen High School is named after? Presumably somebody Allen, right? Not just a guy named Allen.
Could be a town. Considering they're next to a lot of places that are also named Allen, I think it's like...
Oh yeah, they are officially in Allen, Texas, so that's probably...
Okay. Thank you to Allen High School for having like a decent website. We can shout you out on stream.
Coach Corey Taylor.
Hell yeah, Corey. The singer from Slipknot? Wait a minute. Hold on.
He's retired to coach League of Legends in Allen, Texas.
Seems like it's going well, actually.
Yeah. $30,000 in the bank for Allen High School, as they now have a 5,000 gold lead over at Colleyville. And we'll be trying to redouble that, focusing in on this Drake.
Ooh, Fate's Call coming out. There's the engage. Agilove looking for the stun. Not going to be able to find it, but the flash forward from Uchiha. Going to be huge. Absolute Zero interrupted. Cosmic Radiance coming out hard and fast. Will not be fast enough to save Aura, but the rest of the fight will be going strong. Dapping taking a lot of spears in the back there. Ren will not follow. The Pantheon dives in. Won't be able to find anyone just yet. Meanwhile, the dive back in from Uchiha Ning is huge. Takes tons of damage down, and Neoti trying to 1v1 mid-Emperor, but will not be successful. The flash over from Potato Master, looking for more once again. Spears will finally find their mark, as Potato Blaster is put on a killing spree. And the Dragon now is in the pocket of Allen High School.
Very, very well played again by Allen High School. They spot an opportunity to force a fight here with their early game's momentum. They're playing a composition that benefits massively from forcing early game fights if they're out ahead. You got Jax, you got Callista, they're rolling. Why on earth would you not fight? And indeed, that's what they asked themselves.
Yeah, they're like,
they can't
hey guys,
come up with any good answers, Matt, so they just fight.
Why aren't we diving right now? Well, turns out, no good reason.
Whoever asked that, I don't know who said that, but you were onto something.
Good shot calling.
Good shot calling.
Allen himself.
They take a Drake, they take a fight. This will now be them taking a Rift Herald as well. Allen High School really on a roll.
So
can you give me fun facts about Allen, Texas?
You know what? I'll look into it, TJ. They didn't have any on the site, but
oh, yeah. The Rift Herald did not get picked up by Allen High School. We predicted that a little too early. They fell off of it due to the fact that Egg and Chain Rule did rotate up.
I haven't found any fun facts yet, but I have found that they also have a great website. Web design in Allen, Texas, really good.
I was thinking you could go to like Wikipedia or something.
I ended up on cityofallen.org.
City of Allen. They own cityofallen.org.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a suburb of Dallas.
Right. That explains the web design then.
Yeah, population 84,000. Come on. Give me some fun. Demographics, that's not fun. Economy, not particularly
fun.
Go
to Wikipedia. I guarantee you.
I'm on Wikipedia.
I guarantee you somebody famous has died there.
Okay, let's look. Dead people. Where's the dead people section? Notable people. There we go. Same thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't recognize the names yet, but we're working for it.
None of these notable people are that notable. Allen.
Ray Hill, former NFL player, Super Bowl 36 champion.
should be Ray High School. Full dive in, Potato Blaster will the Cosmic Radiance to keep them alive, but it's not in time. And with the Callista gone, I don't think this teleport's going to pay off. Big stun will come through. Uhara staying alive thanks to the heal, but in the midst of all this, will go down. A 5-man gang squad from the Panthers is able to even things up a little bit. 15-12 now. Gold shrinking. Now only a 2,000 lead. It's going to get even smaller as this turret is taken in mid.
Sorry, that was the end of our fun facts. Just looking for more.
Allen, Texas, not very many fun facts.
They have 2 Super Bowl champions that came from there.
Oh, yeah.
Tony Hill and Ray Hill.
Residents of Allen, Texas, hit me
parents?
up on Twitter with fun facts.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, Baron happening. They have a lot of damage for this, so should be pretty good. Have we seen what Potato Blaster's mythic is yet, TJ?
I haven't been paying attention. I've been thinking about Allen, Texas, so.
I have too. That's sort of the problem. I'm going to assume Shield Bow. I don't think anything else makes sense. 3 autos have gone by. It's definitely not Kraken Slayer. If you see Potato Blaster whoosh, towards someone, Gale Force. I'm going to go with
That
Shield
is
Bow.
correct. Baron will be taken. I always, as of the last couple of games, when I've gotten really tired, Drake and Baron become remarkably interchangeable to me.
Mm-hmm. They're big.
Big,
They're
large
objectives.
thing on the map.
No longer there.
No longer there.
Big thing gone. More at 7.
Caster man, big thing gone.
Where go, TJ?
Over to Allen High School. I'm so glad you asked. This, of course, redoubles their gold lead again, building it back out to the 5,000 they had before they lost the last team fight. They'll be now investing that Baron to shove down the mid lane. If they can get these waves far enough ahead, they can get the next Drake for real this time.
I was looking for more. Agilove, I don't think you win this 1v1, but it's admirable for you to try. Okay, they've got backup. Cool. Second Dazzle will come out. Mid-Emperor looking for a little bit more damage onto Egg. We'll be able to find the Ignite. Stun going to go a little bit wide there. Mid-Emperor may be able to find the chain. There it is.
And that opens up the Infernal Drake. This would be the 3rd Drake over to Allen High School if they get it.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Callista in a lot of trouble, but we'll be able to heal through this if you can dive forward. Not quite.
That was going very well for a hot second. At the very least, Potato does grab the turret. This Drake will go over. That's going to be the 3rd Drake for Allen High School. It is worth noting that this top side has been being shoved in by Neotape the entire time.
They will be able to find the Tier 2 tower, but that is Soul Point now for Allen High School, and this is where things get dicey. The next 5 minutes, we will see the game-ending team fight one way or another, because I think if you lose that Infernal Soul for Allen High, you start getting outscaled by Colleyville. It's not a guarantee, but that Kaisa will be very scary.
Mid-Emperor forced to disengage after the early fight goes awry. Still do have the Baron buff for a couple of seconds, so I would like to see this invested somewhere. Here we go in the mid lane. Headbutt.
Looking for one. Aura just needs one more. Tiamat proc's not going to be enough. He's so low. Able to find it off the Tiamat proc.
The Tiamat proc manages to find the kill. He only needed like 10 HP. And there it is. That means the kill trading is even, which means this turret should fall. And indeed does.
Gage coming in here from Dab Beans. Don't think that's the right idea. Stun comes out. We'll be able to find Dab Beans speared through. Haha Egg in a lot of trouble. Has a ton of spear stacks in him. Will survive through the Gore Drinker, but finally gets taken down off the back. And now, pounding away at that turret is Potato Blaster. They're looking for the dive under these Nexus turrets, forcing Neoti back towards the safety of the towers.
Call him a potato because he just got blasted.
Sure.
Potato Blaster.
I was going to say call him a potato because he's loaded. Because he's got a lot of money now.
Oh, okay. I meant the Potato Blaster blasted
Oh,
dab beans. But
yeah, I
I
guess
mean,
that's
we
true.
can. The point is, there's flexibility here, and I think
Yeah,
that's
there's
I think
food
that's the important.
food jokes somewhere. Uh-oh.
Not sure
Okay,
who
they're gonna
that's
get
an
out.
uh-oh for, and neither
Yeah.
is either team, so they all just kind of disengage.
I didn't realize Ravenous Hydra probably really good on Callista, just because it gives you even more AoE and gives you the Omni Vamp. So your Ren's gonna be doing a lot of healing. Haven't looked into Callista much because, as you say, she's one of those AD carries that you were thinking was pretty decent, but hasn't really been seeing a ton of play.
Yeah, I think she's doing pretty well win rate wise at high and low. I got excited. I was trying to talk too quickly.
According to Pro Build stats, she's number 5 in win rate for AD carries.
Yeah.
1% pick rate though, so it's not compared to Kaisa, who's 22% pick rate and 54% win rate. So, is that a Titanic Hydra Callista? Potato Blaster, I think you've gone too far, friend.
Appears to be.
I don't think that's good, but it's very funny, so I'll take it.
Talk through for the audience. Why is Titanic Hydra?
So
Callista
Titanic
the question?
Hydra. First of all, I'd like to point out that literally every member on their team picked up a Ravenous Hydra instead. Potato Blaster, ever the hipster, decided to go for Titanic instead. Titanic is usually what you take when you are yourself tanky because the damage it deals scales off of your maximum health, of which Callista doesn't traditionally have much. So the benefit of this build is it's going to give you a little bit of extra health, and if you did end up going Shield Bow, your Mythic passive will mean that your items give you health too, so it's not terrible, but it definitely is less heard of. But so is Tiamat on Callista at all, so down for it.
Look at how much HP Potato Blaster has, though.
Yeah.
It's like equivalent to his Tarek, so... I believe in
Yeah,
that.
like 2.5k. 2.3, somewhere in there.
2 HP. Baron is up, Drake is up. This Drake will be the Infernal Soul, should Allen High School grab it for the city of Allen, Texas. Stand focus on the Baron.
I think this is smart. Dragon's not going to be coming up for a little bit. You'll at the very least keep their attention. You have your top laner down in the bottom side of the map. You have
5,000.
Callista here. And Callista is going to be able to secure this so much better than a Nunu
3,000.
is.
Over the wall for the steal!
Somehow the steal comes out. Somehow Jane Rule has made it happen. The Baron steal comes out for Colleyville, and it's a disaster for Allen High Eagles.
I don't know that it changes much yet, because of course, this Drake is still coming up. This Drake would still be Infernal Soul, but it does mean that the Panthers have a little bit longer to stay alive. This game is no longer about to be ended.
There
Oh,
goes
what a
Callista over
dodge!
the wall.
You are
Trading
kidding
spots.
me. He just got away scot-free. They did not see him.
Oh, they're looking for it now. They know he's there. But
No,
he
he's
got
back.
away because the Baron back. Oh, it's so good.
Haha, Egg, you are my hero. If I could get a autograph or something.
Throw an egg at a piece of paper and send it to him.
Throw an egg at me.
I think that you can do that with social distancing.
Yeah.
I think that's possible.
Actually,
You just have to practice a few times, so you're going to take a few eggs to the face.
we've seen a really, really good... First of all, I'm always down, Matt. Second of all, what do you think I spent my childhood doing? We've seen a really, really good steal. How does that impact the rest of the game? So far, not obvious it'll make too much of a difference. The reason I say that is because Allen High School still have a dominant lead and the Infernal Soul, which will amp up all of their attacks. Every attack they cast now has a little bit of a fire effect on it. You can see it there on that blue buff. And it hurts a bit more. So, not a great place to be for the Panthers. This Baron does mean that it's going to be really hard for Allen to shove minion waves into their base and thus end the game for the next couple of minutes. But once it wears off, I think we're roughly back where we were before it was stolen.
I agree. I think the Baron Steel was a potential pivot in tempo, but there just is so much of a lead there. Blue buff Tarek, apparently. There's so much of a lead there for the Allen High School Eagles.
That Tarek uses so much mana.
That's true.
Blue buff Tarek is very smart.
I wonder if he went Moonstone or Locket. Guess we won't find out.
I would go Mandate.
Oh, true.
Bates Cole in, starts things off. There's the deep dive. Oh my lord, it's a deep dive with Cosmic Radiance behind it. You're not killing any of them, except for this Renekton, who did go a tad too far. Egg on the side will be successfully 1v1 by Mid-Emperor with an inhibitor down and a kill to their name. A 1-1 kill trade. Allen High School will back away.
Worth pointing out that that entire dive under the Nexus Towers happened when Colleyville still had Baron buff. So that is a huge overcommittal there. And it still ended up almost being successful. A 1-for-1, I would take that.
I think it was Dab Beans' headbutt more than an intentional dive, but...
Yeah. They had Cosmic Radiance, though.
Yeah, well, weirdly almost worked.
Not quite reactionary, but... now they'll just be stuck farming. I think this is a now difficult game. We called early on that it would probably go Colleyville's way if it went later. But now that the Infernal Soul is over for Allen High School, I don't think they have a scaling issue any longer. Especially for Potato Blaster, who can just put in a bunch of spear stacks and just pull them.
Okay, Allen Texas facts are overrated, Matt. Give me Colleyville Texas facts.
Working on it.
Because we gotta wait a couple of minutes for this Baron to come back up before either of these teams are gonna fight.
The number one result is Colleyville, Texas homes for sale, so it has a healthy real estate market. It's
I was sneezing and therefore could not answer that, but I'm happy.
Between Dallas and Fort Worth.
Mm-hmm.
Originally known as Bransford.
Why'd they
founded
change
by
their
a
name?
physician.
What happened to Bransford?
Because the founder was Dr. Lilburn Howard Colley, who settled there in 1880. He was a prominent area physician and veteran of the Union Army.
All right.
And then someone opened a grocery store near the doctor's home, and the community was renamed Colleyville from that. Which seems like a weird time to name them something. I feel like something's missing from this Wikipedia article. So anyone from Colleyville, if you want to catch us up on some local history, we'd appreciate that.
But naming your town after a patriot, I respect that.
Nothing else I can find except for Jane Roll getting caught out.
Did find that. What about this school? Can you tell me anything about Colleyville Heritage High School?
I'll look.
Yeah. Well, I'll look for this, because there is a stun happening. Radiance deployed, not in time.
Potato down.
It's actually a lot found for Colleyville. The Killer Instinct goes in. There's low HPs across the board. They're going to find more. Aura goes down. There's only 2 players remaining in this fight. One of them is going to be Ning. So far overextended. 4 kills. Sorry, 3 kills picked up by Allen High School. They are just going to have to run all the way back, and this Baron is just coming up. There could not have been a better time for Colleyville to find those 3 kills.
I'm reporting live from the website of the Colleyville Heritage High School.
Okay.
There's a snowman on the landing page, and therefore, it's good.
All right. Speaking of things that are good for Colleyville Heritage High School, they're going to get this Baron.
Yeah, and this is the second one in a row they've taken this time. They didn't even need to steal it. I'm starting to think
They are
Colleyville
gonna
could... Yeah,
Sorry,
they
do
could
you
pull it
wanna
back,
go
though,
first, or-
TJ.
Do you think they're going to have to seal this Elder Drake? Because that is what I'm concerned about. Baron in the hands of Colleyville, but they are going to have to properly win a 5-on-5 team fight in order to get this Elder. Very likely this team fight decides the game.
Will be the Scuttle picked up there for Colleyville. Small advantage, but notable.
Not really, Matt.
It is. In-fight movement speed is really powerful, TJ. I
Okay.
genuinely think scuttles are underrated during Elder fights.
Elder Drake will be pulled out. All 5 players are here for both teams. Ning's pretty far back. Here's the first sign of the flank. Aura too far forward. We'll be able to jump to Ning. Ning with the Dominus proc. Meantime, Mid-Emperor knocked very low. Dive will be coming in from the back lines. There's the Cosmic Radiance shutdown already out. Mid-Emperor will be the first player to fall in this team fight.
Neody.
As a very well-timed Sub-Zero absolutely destroys everyone.
Neody.
And just like that, the Panthers have won the fight. A double kill, a triple kill to Neody. And the Elder Drake is in the hands of the Panthers alongside the Baron buff. And there is almost no way back into this now for Allen High School.
Neody played that fight absolutely beautifully, just staying on the side of it, and was pincered from both top and bottom. Somehow managed to stay just behind the frontline access, and their tanks were able to keep them alive through all of the CC, all of the dive, and now Neody, with that safety, was able to just absolutely smash through Allen High School Eagles.
And all of this has come off of one Baron steal. General stole the Baron at a critical moment. And we thought, it bought them 2 minutes. Is that enough to do anything with? These Krogs are going to stop both backs. Oh, okay, only one of the backs. We thought, okay, this Baron steal has bought them 2 minutes. Is that going to be enough to change it? I don't think so. And then, two things happened. One, I think we both underestimated the scaling impact of Neody. Neody is, huge now in a way I didn't anticipate. And second of all, Allen High School take a bizarre team fight in the upper left quadrant of the map and lose it because of their weird staggered engage, and now they're losing real proper team fights as well.
Now with the Elder Drake up, there's no way for Colleyville to lose fights, essentially. Potato Blaster sure is strong on this Callista, but isn't going to be able to compete with the level of damage that Neody is able to put out, and that's, I think, where things are going to become troublesome for Allen High School. They've had control the entire early game. They had control in the mid game, but finally their gold lead has been eclipsed by Colleyville, and I don't think things are going to change from here.
Yeah, this has been a truly massive turnaround from Colleyville, and it's got a sting for Allen, Texas, the city, and the school.
Well, Allen didn't have a snowman on their landing page, so just saying, Colleyville has at least one more advantage in their pocket.
Nunu.
That's true. They did. Oh no, they didn't. Colleyville has Nunu too. Snowball and Snowman. Powerful winter synergy today.
We have
TJ.
found the source of their power. Here comes the turrets. Inhibitor turret down. Baron buff has worn off. Elder buff has worn off, but I don't know that it matters because are you really going to take a team fight versus the Panthers right now and win it?
I sure wouldn't, TJ.
Check out Aura, just
Yeah, I'm looking at that. Knows that Neody's coming.
Does he find Neody? No, Neody's too fast.
Neody's too smart. That was the one spot where there is no chance of anyone saving them, and they're like, maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't be there. Now,
Aura is still lurking, looking for those opportunistic pickups in the backlines. Oh, and they just popped a Scryer's Bloom, so the entire team knows they're there now. And that'll prompt the Panthers to turn around real fast and try and look for who's trespassing, traipsing around in their backlines. I don't know if that
Worth
achieves
noting,
anything.
This is the longest game so far we have had in the tournament, so this is the closest final.
Early Lifeform Disintegration Ray, Killer Instinct, right into the backline, slice and dice, now Dominus popped. Badutar and Ning still very low, will survive, Radiance gets
safe.
off in time, they don't manage to find the kill with the absolute zero, instead this team fight is turning, the cooldowns were spent
Neody's
too early,
down.
at Allen High School, complete
The
a
ace.
complete team ace. Off the back of one or two early ability casts from the Panthers, they just fumble the critical team fight. And now, I don't know how long these cooldowns are. They're going to be about a minute. Do you think that's enough time?
I think there's no way they don't end here. A beautiful early game transitioned into, admittedly, a shaky mid and late at the time, but the Infernal Soul was enough to secure that team fight. Beautiful team fighting from them. They finally took down Neoti, and now they will take down the Colleyville Heritage High School Panthers in game number 1.
Allen High School definitely suffers some missteps during that mid-game. And it was enough that I doubted they would be able to get back into it. It was enough that we both said there is no way they win a proper 5v5. But they didn't have to. They managed to get this weird split 5v5 inside a choke point where the lifeform disintegration rate from the Vel'Koz was spent way too early. Nobody got hit by that. Followed by a Killer Instinct and full engage to back it up. Most of which was onto the gigantic Renekton, who did not die. Who took so much damage from so many abilities. And the entire team fight turns off of that because now the Panthers have blown all of their kit, everything, to do nothing realistically. And Allen High School can just find the turn, one kill after another. And they've got themselves a huge win.
I did not see that team fight going the way it did. I mean, even for the first half of it, I knew that Neoti was the key carry on the side of the Panthers, so I was looking for their health bar, I was looking for their positioning, and once again, they were safe throughout it all. But between Cosmic Radiance and Uchiha making crazy work of the front line and just staying alive for so long, there was no way that anyone got any damage out, especially Neoti. And despite staying alive throughout the team fight, everyone else died. And then Neoti, last person standing, well, your Kaisa, you put out a lot of damage, but not 1v5.
It was Neoti blowing so much of their early damage. And obviously the Kaisa theoretically can put out sustained damage, but realistically, at the beginning of the fight, your health bar is big, and the Kaisa goes in, does a lot of damage, then their health bar gets low, and the Kaisa needs to hover around the sides of the fight and deal damage over the course of it. So that early investment, I'm going to go in, we're going to see what we can find, was all spent onto a Renekton! What is that
with Cosmic Radiance on him?
Yeah! And as a result, game number 1 goes to the Eagles, a huge turnaround of a turnaround. Great news for the city and team and school of Allen, Texas. We're going to go to a quick break. This series is not over. We're going to take 5 minutes. When we come back, it's game number 2 between the Eagles and the Panthers. You won't want to miss it. Don't go far. welcome back to the Play vs. Fall 2020 High School Championship. My name is TJ, joined by one Matt Iberia, Glenn Daniel, as we're into game number 2. I did something spicy with your name there.
Yeah, you actually said it and didn't make me say it, and that's pretty spicy considering the way these broadcasts go.
Like over-enunciating it. Tell us about the scoreline as we get into game number 2, our draft phase.
Oh boy, well, you know what? Our favorite Texas town, one of two, Allen High School, was able to pick up a win in game number 1 off of a really strong early game, and then they kind of stumbled about a little bit in the mid-game and were like, hey, what if we win? And then they just took a really wild team fight and just absolutely stomped it. So, great job by them. I don't know if they're going to be able to repeat it, because that kind of performance is definitely situational.
You said Allen, Texas was one of our favorite Texas towns, but I remember that we didn't actually have any information about it, so...
I don't have any information about any Texas towns, so... Given the fact that Allen is now one of 2 towns I have information on, it therefore pretty easily qualifies as one of my favorites.
The city of Allen has their own golf club. The courses at Waters Creek is a public golf course, and residents are entitled to discounted fees.
Yeah, well, Colleyville has golf too. Bob
Does
Morris
it?
Sports Center.
I'm so happy for it. A multi-purpose arena, the 7,500-seat Allen Event Center was completed in November of 2009, and it's home to the ECHL's Allen Americans and the Dallas Sidekicks of the Major League Soccer League. Major Arena Soccer League.
Nice.
I wouldn't name my team the Dallas Sidekicks. I'd call them the Dallas main characters, but...
Yeah, Dallas
maybe that's
protagonist, maybe?
Yeah. We do start things off. It is going to be, on the left side, a new first pick for Colleyville as they're looking to undo the damage dealt during game number 1, bring us to game 3. Vel'Koz as well. So far, a run back. They say it wasn't broke. We just flubbed a fight.
Which is an entirely fair assessment. I think what's interesting here is the 80 carry swaps coming out, because we now have Neody on Caitlyn, and Vayne coming out from Potato Blaster, and Vayne is in a weird spot right now. Because she's always been like him, right? But right now she feels like 2-3 items, kind of her cap. It's kind of where she hits. And she doesn't scale as well into the later stages of the game as she used to now that the items have changed. Especially with the more common rage build.
But she is a monster for the first 15-20 minutes of the video game. Especially if you get Vayne out ahead, she is a little bit of a monster right now. So...
Which is so weird, because that's never how she's worked in the history of League of Legends. So it's really fun to see.
Kind of fits with the Kalista though. Similar vibes. We got a Nautilus alongside that Vayne and a Yasuo thrown into the mid lane. It will be a Caitlyn, as you mentioned, touched on for Colleyville. I want to point out that is maybe one of the best late game characters in the game right now. So I'm committing to what was working. Zach in the jungle.
We saw this earlier in the Central Conference, I believe it was. Zach is really good at pulling off ganks consistently, but doesn't do anything else very well. He cannot farm to save his life. Like, he clears fine, but his farm is super slow. He team fights really well, but he can't split, despite some of our players insisting otherwise. But his early ganks really are the highlight. The Elastic Slingshot can come from over 1,000 units away, which is ridiculous ganks. So he has crazy gank paths and a lot of power early on.
You're going to tell me how to say the top laner for Allen.
Uchiha Ning.
Uchiha Ning does get his Renekton again. Niantic will have a Morgana with them down in that bot lane as Damien picks up the ranged Enchanter, and we're going to have a Gragas top from Haha Egg, which somehow fits perfectly.
It does. Gragas has a nice dome.
Oh, yeah,
but Gragas
Egg.
Top.
We'll let you think
this in a while. Okay,
we'll let you
I'll
think about it. Give me your thoughts as we get into game. It's time for game number 2 of our best of 3 series. Here on the Play versus Texas Regional Finals.
So Grogastop has been in and out of meta for a long time. Usually he's used as an AP bruiser, but recently we've been seeing him pick up more of a bursty assassin role, even coming out of the top lane. You usually see phase rush, which is what Haha Egg is running, and his strength is definitely in the burst combo, the team fight combo, so that's where I'm going to be looking for him to have the most impact. In lane, he's fine. He's not going to be able to beat the Renekton, but he's going to be fine.
Oh. Allen, Texas hosts a campus of Collin College, which is located inside of Allen High School and mainly serves as a dual credit high school.
That was on their website. The dual credits. I had something similar to that.
You can earn university credits for your high school classes.
Yeah, I had something similar to that in my high school. It was really nice.
Yeah. And they got a library. They got a library with 147,000 books and 406,000 annual visitors.
Do you think they have anything by Ursula Le Guin?
Ursula K. Le Guin?
Yeah.
Probably. Ursula K. Le Guin's sci-fi books are considered watershed literary fiction. Wow! I was struggling with that.
You got there. My local library doesn't.
They don't have Ursula K. Le Guin in your local
They're all
library?
on hold. But since I can't go in person because COVID, I technically can, but we have online rental. I have an e-reader that supports, it's called Overdrive. You just can't
get them because they are too popular.
Yeah, they're either too popular or they'd have to get an interlibrary loan in order to let me lend it online. I don't know what the licensing deals are, but I like libraries.
I'll see if I can solve that for you. I may have a solution or two. Get you some good sci-fi. Speaking of good sci-fi, I don't have a good segue for that, but the point is, we're into game number 2.
Still no items, TJ.
Still no items. We cannot view the items. This is a result of a technical issue. It's a dystopian future. In which
that's very sci-fi.
Played without the items panel.
I'm pulling open a notepad on my phone now, and I'm going to write down every time someone gets a kill, so we can get a rough count of where everyone's at.
You are going to lose track of this so quickly.
Oh, yeah. This is more of a test of how quickly I lose track than an actual practical application.
How fast do you type on your phone?
I'm drawing. I have the Note 9.
Oh, you have a pen, okay.
Which I feel like makes it a little better.
Yeah, no, you could probably keep up that.
Oh, here might be the first one. Chain Rule coming in for the gank into the top lane. We'll be able to find a little bit of slows coming down. Double dash, not going to be enough. Ooh, Haha Egg did not have faith in Chain Rule.
Close the notepad, Matt, he says.
It's closed.
Get rid of
Producer Pine can confirm. I put the pen in my ear. Behind my ear, not in it. Be painful.
Yeah, okay. I had a vision there. Don't stick things in your ears, guys. It's really unhealthy.
No, even Q-tips are unhealthy.
Mm-hmm. You can really mess up your ear that way.
That's what we're all about here. Esports and ear safety.
Oral safety.
Yeah, nice. Very scientific.
Egg in the
that was a really good body slam.
Yeah, we'll land a really good body slam. And we also have Aura setting up for a gank down bottom. Doesn't go exactly to plan because of Black Shield, an ability that Dabbings can cast to ignore all CC, case in point.
Nothing going down so far, but there's a lot of scrapping, which makes me hopeful. We didn't talk about Mid-Emperor, who swapped over to Yasuo. Meanwhile, regank coming in, Neoti a little bit low, Flash Stun going to be able to come out. There's the root to follow it up. No more damage.
The report is in. No more damage.
Damage is now outlawed.
Damage is now illegal. Game's over, I guess. Oh, we're breaking the law. Ning takes a little bit of damage up here from Mag.
Colleyville is rebels. All of them.
Ah, now the law's just being ignored. I would think Vel'Koz into Yasuo would suck.
For whom?
Yet, so far, Solus is doing just fine.
I think it kind of sucks for both of them. The range melee matchup is really hard Yasuo has a decent time because of his flow shield, but he's still a melee champion. He still gets zoned off CS. He still gets poked down by ranged auto attacks. I think post 6, that's when things start changing for Yasuo usually in these matchups because he's able to find the further range engages.
Matt,
What?
it's time for a drink.
Yay! They took it.
First drink of the game will go to Colleyville Heritage High School. There was a weird pause there, but I got there.
It's not Colleyville Heritage University. That's important.
You know,
distinction.
I haven't done a collegiate event in a while,
Yeah.
so that wasn't where my head went.
Were you thinking professional esports team, Colleyville Heritage?
Yeah, I was kind of just gonna leave it at the Colleyville Heritage.
Colleyville Heritage Esports.
Playing soon in the National Arena Soccer League, the Colleyville Heritage versus the Allen Sidekicks.
Yes, guys, look, I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but sidekicks is just not inspiring.
No. What, am I gonna wear a t-shirt on it that says sidekick?
Like it's an honorable profession, right? Like sidekicks
Someone's
are a
gotta
necessary
do it.
part. Yeah, someone's got to be the sidekick.
Matt's
It's-
my sidekick.
We'll talk about that after the show. But, you know, I wouldn't want to be me, is all I'm saying. So,
Yeah. With the first strike of the game over to the Panthers, we are assuming that they're achieving their goal, which is pretty much just wait up till the late game. Allen High School don't have a composition that's going to exactly fail once we go late game, but they certainly are going to be at their strongest during the mid game. Case in point, look at that damage. Vegas
First
to
blood.
flash away, but it does not stop the kill. First blood will go to Allen High School as they chase down a kill in the bottom lane. Yoti already down 1.
man, Haha Egg is doing, like, fine in this lane. That's crazy. People aren't supposed to do fine against Renekton, TJ.
Yeah.
Renekton's supposed to do fine against everyone else. Snowball coming back up. Looking for the gank. Uchiha Ning pops the Dominus. There's the body slam to follow it up. Haha Egg
Oh, he's chasing.
zoning himself off.
We're back
but
at
the chase
offense.
comes out. Uchiha Ning needs one more tick of damage. Finally, low health. Ultimate
Ooh.
comes out. Body slam goes wide, but it's not necessary. Jane Rule finishes it off as Uchiha Ning very nearly got the 2-for-1.
It's time for the cleanup.
Mid-Emperor. It's time for royalty to hit the top lane.
Mm.
As always, royalty in practice is a lot more disappointing than in theory.
Big fan of democracy.
Me too. I like it.
Not quite a Disney Prince performance in the top lane. Mid-Emperor unable to connect.
I'd argue that
as a-
doing not a whole lot is a very accurate Disney Prince performance.
I feel like it depends on what era of Disney Prince you're talking about.
Hmm.
Because if you go, because like Disney princesses now are very feminist, and oftentimes it's the princesses solving their own problems. But if you go back to really early, like when they were still based on the fairy tales, the Disney princesses don't do a whole lot, and the princes solve the problems. So
Okay. The duality of princess and prince, I guess.
correct. I don't
That
know.
was a wrong word.
We now make movies where princesses solve their own problems, and I think that's good.
That means we'll find a good finding onto
Is
Aura.
Morgana a princess?
I think canonically, yes.
Yeah.
Her and Kale.
If Riot doesn't give us like an animated movie with a musical number,
Oh, I'd be so in. Let me write it, Riot. I could do it.
turrets down bottom, that'll be 2 plates, I believe 3 actually, going over successfully. Oh, who got that?
That was Jane Roll. Jane Roll picked that
Jaden
from
Roll
from
did
Purple
manage to
Hands.
take that Drake. Or sorry, Harold.
Oh!
Will be saved barely from a full ultimate combo. And that's actually a pretty big shutdown with Mid-Emperor off the board. Jane Rule get a lot more done.
Really good early mid here from Colleyville. Remember how I said I was going to write down all the kills? I already forgot to.
I knew that about you. Here's Aura into the bot lane to try and make something happen. We'll get a full ulti off from Dabines, and you have a TP in as well. Ace in the hole will connect. This is really a disaster. I don't think I've ever seen a worse bot lane gank. This has just got horribly wrong.
Continuing.
Nothing
It's
is going
getting
right.
worse.
Oh my lord.
It somehow got worse, TJ.
This is just nothing about that went good.
So,
And they lose the Drake.
I think Colleyville are going to win this one. Just a thought. Based on, you know, just the basic everything. Surprisingly, off that massive, like, what was that, 3-4 kills?
I don't know. You were the one that was writing it down.
Yeah, I stopped.
It was 3 kills, and then Mid-Emperor had died earlier, so I don't know. Count that as you will.
How is it only a 400 gold lead? That's a massive swing.
Alan have been out CSing them in mid and top side, I think.
How do you know, TJ?
Also, a whole bunch of plates went over in the bot line.
Okay. We see our first mythics coming out. I'm actually going to write those down. I can memorize potatoes. I know potatoes. Potatoes is Kraken Slayer. Tater Slayer. Jane.
You can't just give players wrestling nicknames.
Jane Fire Aegis.
I like
Totally
Tater
can.
Slayer.
Yeah, I think if you want to have an ult there, Potato Blaster, just a suggestion. Tater Slayer the third.
Do you think they're into potatoes or against potatoes?
So, I feel like it may be a neutral stance because I know there's like potato cannons. And I feel like if I were a kid in Texas, I'd hear the phrase potato cannon and be like, yes. Because I was a kid in Maryland and I heard the phrase potato cannon and I was like, yes. It's very much, I don't know. I don't know what Texan culture is like, but I assume it's similar. Like, yeah, let's try it. Beautiful engage there. Last
That
breath
means
does
we'll
a
come
lot.
out the other side, land a
Goodbye.
dark bean, but dark bean.
Bean. A dark beaning.
What a fantastic dark beating! It does not find the kill though.
That was good. It's been a long day, ladies and gentlemen. We do apologize for being ever so slightly loopy.
I don't.
You know what? You're right. This is good broadcasting.
Got a problem with it. Take it up with my manager.
Please don't. We like our jobs.
Or, alternately, get a better team name than the Dallas Sidekicks.
Yeah, it's true.
Engage with
huge
the flank.
TP and flank coming in from Uchiha Ning. Potato Blaster staying alive in the back line. That potato's going far. Jane Rule going to be knocked up shortly here from Mid-Emperor, but instead gets rooted. The flash forward. Can you find the knockup? No! Goes a little bit wide. Looking for a little bit more. Finds the E. The sweeping blade is enough. Mid-Emperor finds the shutdown.
Allen High School, as a result of that, have just undone everything that happened to them in the bot lane last time. It's going to be 23,000 to 21, a 2,000 gold lead, if you can't do the math for some reason.
Mid.
He was just
Shield
lurking.
Boper.
Octopus will have its revenge. Aura does go down, the Zac again executed here. And the bot lane turret actually, mostly as a result of that, cannot be taken. So, the gold lead will shrink again. Aura not able to continue growing. One of the main places where the gold is on Aura, who I believe has just been straight farming for the last, like, hour.
Which is not Zach's forte. He really doesn't do hard farming very well. Like, he's capable of it, but he comes from an era where that's a fast clear speed. And now we have, like, Lilia. Used to be Nunu was the only one who could keep up. Had the fastest clear speed in the
Bambi a
last.
Disney princess?
Yes. Well, Prince.
Hi.
You know what?
Prince. Or
If Bambi wants to be a princess, more power to them.
Princess is not a gender-defined role.
Exactly.
I mean,
A little bit. But they like call female members of royalty kings sometimes.
you're right.
You know, in China, there was the woman emperor who was incredibly famous. They used the same term.
Stunner will come through. Mid-Emperor will dive
Last
in.
breath.
That's going to be a good last whisper, but needs to be bailed out here. That's why Aura's there, but the ace in the hole from across the map will confirm the kill, and Aura's now all alone in a 1v3. It gets worse. Here's the snowball. Aura over the wall, leaves his teammates with the package. Will be shut down nonetheless, and his Potato Blaster falls as well. The only thing to go Allen High School's way is a long-range hook. This is looking real rough for Allen High School.
It's not getting any better, TJ.
But they're also, like, not behind. Matt, they're like a 100 gold difference between the two teams.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm writing down mythics. Give me a second.
This will be the Infernal Drake passed over to Colleyville, which makes them now one Drake away from the Infernal Soul.
Just want you to know I wrote down egg belt. I think that's the best way to review it. Okay. We've got track of all the mythics, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry. We won't miss a trick. I probably will. I don't know what Neody built. It's probably already been built. Didn't see it in the chat. So, we'll miss a trick.
I don't know if it's a trick.
No, Neody hadn't bought it yet. It's Gale Force. We're good.
In 2017, CNN Money named Allen, Texas #2 in its annual list of best places to live in the United States.
Congratulations, Allen, Texas.
And #2 in best places to launch a career.
In 2017, Wilmington, Delaware was named the #1 per capita murder in the USA.
That's where you live, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Oh no.
Yeah. That was a little rough.
Huh, that's kind of wild, actually. I wouldn't have said
Isn't it?
Delaware, but there you go.
Yeah, like you'd think, like Baltimore and Detroit were below Wilmington, Delaware.
Like geographically, or
In the list. Also geographically.
also geographically? Stun up in mid lane. Mid-Emperor will be hitting the bouncy castle. Does go down immediately afterwards. Aura with the backline dive will be trying to get out alive. Does manage to do so. Dark Binding, sorry, will land in the meantime. And oh, that's a long-range skill shot to grab Potato Blaster, making it a total of 3 kills passed over to the Panthers in the mid lane. And Allen High School are now sizably behind, because this is going to mean that the Rift Herald can be taken for sure.
This is a huge lead here for Colleyville Heritage. They should be able to cinch the game next Dragon. It is going to be the Soul, Infernal Soul no less, which is almost impossible to come back from. The Herald coming up as well gives you a ton of mobility around the map and ability to make plays. And more importantly, distract Allen High when that Dragon does come up in 2 minutes 30.
In 2019, SafeHome.org named Allen, Texas, #2 in the safest cities in Texas, with a population greater than 50,000.
Nice. I'm going to see where Wilmington ranks on that list now.
In 2017, AreaVibes.com named Allen, Texas, the best place to live after an analysis of over 30,000 different cities.
DJ,
getting-
I have good news.
Yeah?
Wilmington, Delaware is off the 25 most dangerous cities in the U.S.
Woo! I'm happy for you. Your odds of getting murdered are low. You know how they could be lower, though?
How's that?
Apparently, if you move to Allen, Texas.
Oh. Maybe I'll consider it.
Allen, Texas sounds like a really nice place to live.
Yeah. But then you're in Texas and everything's really far away, from what I've heard. I talked to a few collegiate Texas
Well,
players.
no, it's a suburb of Dallas. So
Okay. Well, because I remember talking to one of the collegiate players for a Texas team, and they were like, yeah, it's really nice. I like Texas, except, driving to university, it's 3 hours between gas stations, and there's nothing in between. And I don't know if I could handle that. Like, I'm rural, but I'm like fake rural. I don't think I could handle Texas.
yeah, I don't like California is like that in places. You're on the East Coast where things are small. The further west you go, the greater distance there is.
Yeah, it just sounds like I don't know if I can handle that.
It's kind of nice though. I don't know. I like the isolation to some degree.
I live near the Amish up in Lancaster. And one of the ways to get there is very underpopulated. You don't really see anything except a few homes every now and again. It's really relaxing.
You know what I'm finding relaxing?
What's that, TJ?
There isn't really good. The Drake's coming up. I don't know
I was
how to.
thinking you were
Maybe
gonna
I'm finding
say
that relaxing. I don't.
This game state, this vision
Game state was
setup.
kind of relaxing as well. There wasn't a whole lot happening.
Yeah.
This
just
this
vibing.
Drake is coming up. This would be the Infernal Soul to the Panthers.
Oh, they're burning it quick.
Oh, they're burning it real quick. This has to be denied. Surely this can't be won without the Drake being stolen away. I believe they've gotten off of it. No.
They got the soul.
Picked up, Soul secured. Mid-Emperor trying to kite around the side. There is low HP on several members of the Panthers, but not sure
Aura.
they can make anything happen. A deep dive from Aura will go awry. Mid-Emperor dances out of the fight, low on HP. Ning takes the front line instead. One big kill over to them. Chase down complete. 1 kill, 2 kills picked up by Allen High School. But I'm not sure what they do with this. They're pinging the Baron. Surely not.
Do they have the health for that? Aura is so low. I guess Zac does regen pretty well, and you have a Vayne with at least Kraken Slayer. Like, she is built to kill Baron. Like, that's her whole kit. So, I don't know. You're fighting into an Infernal Soul as well if they decide to contest this. Like, if Colleyville come out, and they're not going to. Colleyville! Colleyville! Come on.
They're not at the phone. They're too busy learning about Allen, Texas. And in the meantime, Allen High School will successfully take the Baron.
Okay, this is an interesting game state now. We have Infernal Soul versus essentially Baron. This was exactly what happened last game, actually.
Inverted.
This is like beat for beat.
Yeah. Allen High School had the Baron stolen away from them last game. And we wondered, oh, is that going to make enough of a difference? And at the end of the day, it didn't.
But it was really close.
Was really close. It came down to a team fight that, frankly, Allen shouldn't have won.
Mm-hmm.
This time, it is Allen doing the Baron stealing. They are playing into an Infernal Drake. And we shall see, as my grandmother likes to say.
Good to know about your grandmother's lexicon.
Whenever she disagrees with you about something.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
we
we'll
shall see. Because she knows she's going to be right.
Very good.
We'll see that I'm right in a couple of years. That's what that means.
Oh, good.
I feel like all grandmothers have a little bit of that energy, though.
Yeah. My grandma was kind of like that. But, she was a little sour. God bless her. So what's next? Is kind of the question on my mind, because there's no objectives in life, but I know we have another conference after this, but I just mean in this game. Because you have the Infernal Soul, right? Where do you go?
Well, the Infernal Soul isn't timed, right? So you just wait out the Baron. There's no need to fight into the Baron for Colleyville. They should just sit tight. The biggest mistake they could make right now is fighting into the Baron. Allen High School, on the opposite side, are going to run these minion waves as best they can, see if they can get some objectives, see if they can get some gold. At the very least, having the Baron has bought them a momentary reprieve where there is now time for them to access everywhere on the map. Get some extra gold in their pockets, which was something they were struggling to deal with earlier.
Baron push, not going to be able to find them a whole lot. That's the real key here. Like you said, they're not going to want to fight into this on the side of Colleyville, but that means the onus is going to be on Allen High School and what they're able to accomplish through this. And so far, nothing.
So far, nothing from the Baron at all. Man, they have so many NFL players that are from Allen, Texas.
Yeah, I was noticing that. It's like a ridiculous amount. I checked Colleyville too. It's not the same.
Matt Zeos Leto, retired professional Halo player and game designer.
Nice. We got a gamer. That's why I think Allen Eagles are in it, because they come from gamer stock.
Where we going? Nope.
No, we don't.
Never mind. I was all set up, and then he was like, hold on a minute. Under the tower? Do I really feel like that?
Under the tower into Infernal Soul?
Actually, and I like walk up to the edge of the pond, and I'd be like,
It's a little cold.
In approximately a minute and 15 seconds. That was a wild guess. The Elder Drake will come out.
Ho ho ho! What the hell? Surely you wrote that down.
It was exactly 1 minute and 15 seconds. A fact we learned.
Disgusting. Neoti, speaking of disgusting, that was a nasty combo using the Gale Force. And this should be a pretty good setup around the Baron. No Baron to take, but if there were, boy howdy. Colleyville will be doing great again.
Good sense of time, man.
Yeah, sure. Potato Blaster's really low. 1v3. Okay. Doesn't have flash. Okay. Sorry, I meant egg.
He's too young to drink. You can't do that to him. Panthers
just cast someone in the face. It's rude.
Will find themselves 2 kills, and now they're turning towards this Elder Drake. As we talked about, it is potentially game-ending. The Baron having worn off means that there's no way out. So this team fight needs to save the day for Allen High School.
I think the only way Allen get through this is if they steal away this Elder. I don't know how that's possible, though. Legitimately. I think Colleyville will have it in the bag. Yeah.
Oh, no, it was Jane Rule that did it last game.
Yeah.
From Aura.
Yeah, it's not exactly like a great track record to be referencing.
Gotta return the favor, Aura.
There we go. I believe in Aura.
Hey, we do have a 5v5. I was a little bit worried that Allen High School wouldn't get everyone here in time.
No, Colleyville really stalled it out. So there's time enough for Allen to get here. Looking for the flank.
Setup. Oh, good start to the fight. Knockups in the backline. Mid-Emperor does stay strong. Disintegration Ray doesn't find a lot of targets. That's a huge dive. The massive
damage.
And just like that, Allen High School decimate the team fight. They don't need to steal anything. They're going to get the kills and turn their attention towards this Elder Drake. A massive knock-up comboed with a disgusting Last Whisper. And the team fight is over.
Mid-Emperor is a monster. They're not going to be pivoting this directly towards the Baron, it looks like, as they push down mid. I think they potentially could have just ended through mid here.
Why take risks?
It's true. This is the safer route by far.
They are the second safest city in Texas.
Living up to their reputation then, TJ. Well done.
Potato Blaster and Aura will focus in on taking this Baron. The mid lane push did get the wave there, not much else. Now with the Baron in hand, you can expect to back a reset, or do you go for it while you still have the Elder buff? Looks like it'll be a back.
Almost stolen away there by Mid-Emperor. Was that red? Now, looking towards the reset, I mean, this is kind of the Hail Mary for Allen High. They're up 8k gold, TJ. This isn't like, Oh boy, Infernal Soul, and it's even. This is Infernal Soul versus 8,000 gold worth of damage and stats, and most of it on Mid-Emperor, who, as we saw last fight, was able to just get into the backline and decimate the team fight.
And that 8,000 gold came from the last Baron they took. They took the last Baron, and Colleyville just turtled, which was the right... I encouraged them to do that. I said it was the right play for them to do. And it is the right play for them to do again, but the cost is that Allen High School had a couple of minutes to just run around the map and get gold. And they did. And now, we may be reaping the dividends of that as Allen High School pushed down the mid lane in the lead for what feels like the first time this game. Elder Drake and Baron in their pockets. They're double buffed, they're swole, Matt. And we're going for the shove.
Not going to be able to find it just yet. They have really good wave clear. The wave clear is going to be dependent... Oh, they finally took out the cannon. Getting down this tower is going to be dependent on those Baroned up cannon minions. So it's going to take a while if they don't start splitting the side lanes. And now, as we're seeing, they've rotated into a 1-3-1 to do exactly that.
Allen High School will be shoving one player in each lane, and then the remaining three-man core down the mid. Elder buff is going to wear off soon. I believe it has like 2 seconds left on it. I could have been right again. I was really happy for that.
Oh,
hey!
You were close. You were close. Big ult there from Haha Egg, but no follow-up for it.
With the Elder Drake now gone, maybe you start to see Colleyville scrap for a fight, be a little less afraid of pushing in. Which will mean that this Baron doesn't get a whole lot.
I don't think
taken up top.
The Elder Drake was necessary in any way for Allen. I think it was more they needed to deny it from Colleyville. Like, that's the status of the game right now. I think if Allen just pulled this game later, they win. Because, yeah, sure, Infernal Soul's real good. It has a massive win rate. But so does having a 10k gold lead over your opponent. On a Yasuo and a Vayne. Like, those are some really strong carries to have. And you have the Aura Mid-Emperor combo, plus maybe even a depth charge to set up some really good last breaths for the Yasuo. So I think it is still entirely possible for Allen to pull this back. I was definitely fully on the Colleyville train until I saw that last team fight around the Elder.
Does Colleyville have a train?
You know what? We're going to find out.
Whilst he's doing that. We're gonna be here very likely, unless either team makes a big mistake. We're gonna be here for a couple of minutes because it's gonna be like 2-3 minutes until this next Baron comes up.
There are crossways for Tex Rail in Colleyville.
Oh yeah, the Colleyville Tex Rail. I like that you said Tex Rail like that. Does feel very powerful.
Yeah, well, it's capital Tex.
Oh. Hell yeah.
So it just like has that energy naturally. Interesting. Renekton picking up a QSS.
Renekton with the QSS in hand.
Oh, Mid-Emperor has Collector now too. That's going to be gross. That is essentially like his own Infernal Soul for anyone who's low.
I'm waiting to see Allen High School do something different from the norm, but I do suspect that we're just going to sit here for 3 minutes. And at the end of those 3 minutes, we're going to fight over the Baron and the Elder, and whoever takes it will win.
Yeah, that is kind of how it goes. Elder in a minute, so they're backing for that.
Yeah.
I don't think they should back here.
Fact.
You know what? Let's find one. Well, they have stoppings from the Tex Rail through their lovely town. I'm going through the wiki page. I'm looking for it. The top employer is Grapevine Colleyville Independent School District. That's good. Focus on education.
Find the subject that says accolades.
TJ.
Read me some of those.
TJ, there isn't one.
Colleyville doesn't have any accolades?
I'm sure they do. They just forgot it on the wiki.
They just didn't put it in their Wikipedia page.
Okay, I found the Grapevine Vintage Railroad runs through the city.
Oh, they got 2 trains.
They have vintage locomotives. Okay, that's cool.
That's very cool. Can I move to Colleyville? That's all it takes.
Ooh, Colleyville people did not like the commuter train going through their towns. They stopped it. So no
Most
commuting.
people don't like, yeah, trains going through their towns. Elder Drake is up. It is game time. Half HP on that Elder Drake as the Colleyville commuters try and find their way in. Oh, does not get stolen away. Secured. Now, Alan want to end the game, and they absolutely have the damage. Potato Blaster will delete that Nunu. Goodbye, Jane Rule. Still enough damage that the Allen High School Eagles don't want to full commit through these narrow choke points. They want to take their time.
Yeah,
They are oh so close. They can taste the victory at this point. This would be Allen High School taking the series and indeed the championship title. And they will decide they need the Baron to do it.
I think they're right. They don't have a whole lot of siege. They don't have any ranged wave clear whatsoever, so they need to have bodies on the ground in order to get anything done. So I think waiting until you have the Baron providing those bodies, get those cannons powered up, you can finally do something with it. But they need to push with the Baron right now.
Baron will be picked up, and we're backing.
I think that's the wrong call.
I would agree with you. While you have the Elder Drake and the Baron, I wanted to see a full dive.
Because it's not hard. Like we've seen them pull off that fight before. It is so much easier now that you have Aura with the Baron, with the Elder. Go in, find any amount of people with the Elastic Slingshot, Mid-Emperor ults. That's the end of the game right there. He's got Collector, he's got Elder Dragon, therefore doesn't need the Collector, but it's more than enough to end the game. So,
but instead, we're back to Allen High School, the safest city in Texas.
TJ.
Yeah?
We have some fun facts for Colleyville.
Okay.
We have two PGA golfers from Colleyville, and a lot of Texas Rangers players, and Demi Lovato.
Demi Lovato.
There's just like, there's 4 PGA golfers that come from Colleyville. I don't know what's up with Colleyville and their golf, but they take it very seriously.
How many golfers are there from Allen? It's kind of hard because they're mixed in between so many NFL players.
I didn't think there were any.
I see one golfer.
Search PGA. We'll find all of them. Oh, it doesn't have any.
No, I
Any
see.
officially PGA golfers. I don't know, Alan.
Candy Kung. LPGA Tour. Plays in a separate tour. Anyway. Allen High School. Maybe about to add another accolade to their Wikipedia page. Because we're going for the end.
Jiha, going to be caught out here. Has the QSS to keep them alive for the time being. Goes golden as well. Really, the item synergies are going crazy here. Will be the dive forward onto Haha Egg. Lots of health left for that Renekton, but the inhibitor turret will finally fall in the mid lane. So they found some ground here for Allen. We'll be looking for the bot lane inhibitor next.
With both inhibitors down. They'll back away!
Come on, guys. 3 inhibs. Baron. End the game. Oh, my God.
Matt Barr is an actor from Allen, Texas.
You know what? You're right. Let's go back to town facts. While they figure
what's
out.
Matt Barr been in, do you think?
Oh.
He was in Commander-in-Chief.
Oh, okay.
And the CW series Hellcats.
Hell yeah. Cats.
I don't know what the CW series Hellcats is, but I figure you do.
Me neither.
Oh, well, let's figure out what we just opted into. Hellcats is an American cheerleading comedy drama series that originally aired on the CW in 2010.
Hey, TJ. You know Demi Lovato got her start on Barney?
No.
Isn't that wild?
Kind of makes sense, though.
She rose
If you
to
think about
prominence for her
if you think about all the
role
big pop stars today that got their start on Disney Channel.
Yeah, she was one of them. Disney Channel musical television film Camp Rock. That's where she got popular from there.
Makes sense.
Elder Dragon up in a minute. God knows why they need it at this point. Guys, look, let's have a little
Allen
chat.
High School. So the Colleyville Panthers can't leave their base, right? Because the Super Minions are just shoving it. So Allen High School will win this game. It's just gonna take like a bit.
But you can end here. All you need to do is literally just push the side waves from here, and then stall. You don't need to fight. You don't need to fight. Once you have 2 super minions from every wave pushing into their nexus, they have to spend energy to clear it, and you can use that to just kill them. You don't need the Elder Dragon. I promise. No one has ever
Allen
said,
High
you know what,
School
we
are
need to end this
turning
game?
for the Elder Dragon.
You know what I've never heard, TJ? I've never heard a team be like, you know what we need to win this game? Second Elder. That's just like,
Third Elder. Third Elder.
is it actually?
Yeah.
But it gets buffs every time you take it.
Uh-huh.
It's supposed to end the game after 2 Elders just by having it. It
You
was
are correct
literally
about that.
explicitly designed to
I
end the game
appreciate
with 2.
You are correct about that, Matt.
Alan, I appreciate the thoroughness, but
Safest city in Texas, baby.
woo!
No risks taken here.
You know what? At least they were raised to be safe. Oh, there we go. Where was this? Where was this? Oh my god. All right, Potato Blaster flashes over the wall and finds an assassination. And apparently that's all it took for them to shove into the base. While people are still doing the Elder Dragon, it should come up in a second.
Was so bored, apparently. He is
I
just
respect it.
tumbling forward. It's good. We were out of facts about the hometowns, so here we go. Elder Drake is picked up.
Teleport. Jianing coming in. 1 Nexus turret down. 2nd one down. They finally got to take a fight. They're looking for it. The Vayne diving forward into the front lines. Falls. The Yasuo's down, but the Elder buff should be enough to keep them alive for the time being. Potato Blaster still up there in the backside of the fight. The Nexus is down to half health. The Elder buff is ticking. And finally, Allen High School will take the Regional Texas Championship.
Add it to the Wikipedia page.
Woo!
Woo! Allen High School, congratulations on your win. It was genuinely a good series. We did get a little irritation at the end there, but some really good League of Legends coming out of Texas.
I understand the reticence to end there, but have more confidence in yourself next time, Alan, because you've just learned you can do it.
So as much as commentators, that drives us insane, there is no upside to them taking the risk, right? Why not get the Elder Drake and then end when you can?
My argument is that more time in the game means more time that you can make mistakes, more time that the opposing team can capitalize on it.
I think that's
that wasn't happening, but
I think that's a fallacy. Congratulations to the city of Allen, Texas. We're going to go to a break. We have one more series today, the Mountain Region, coming up. Before then, if you are perhaps from the city of Allen, Texas, and you'd like to add your name to the list of accolades on the Wikipedia page, sign up for Play Versus. Our Spring 2021 season will begin March 1st. You can enroll today at playversus.com. We'll be right back after this. Don't go far.